Whether new shooter, longtime gun owner, or even police officer or soldier, your handgun needs a Crimson Trace laser sight or light. Get the confidence and reliability you need to protect family, home, and country. Crimson Trace.
This week on Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, Tom's talking with Brad Aiken. What's life been like after his release from prison was ordered by Governor Christie? Also, getting kids involved in hunting, a fight for the Iowa State Senate, your calls, and more. To be on the air with your question or comment, call Tom now at 1-866-TALK-GUN. Now, here's Tom Gresham.
All right, saddle up. We have a great many things to talk about. I'm Tom Gresham. It is Gun Talk. There are things on the agenda. There are things happening this week. There's an event that I just returned from that I think honestly and truly will be pivotal in the firearms world over the next, 5, 10, 20 years perhaps. It is rare, frankly, in your lifetime you get to go to something, you see something happen in front of you that is truly pivotal. And I think I just returned from such an event. I don't think it's in my head. I think it actually happened. Sometimes you can only see these things in the rearview mirror when you say, okay, yeah, that thing that happened a few years ago, that was important. Now we can see what happened. I think on the ground, I just saw it. I'm specifically talking about the Brownells Lady 3-Gun Championship. I just went to the first ever all-women 3-gun match held in Covington, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Just returned yesterday. I'll give you a good bit more about that, but let me just tell you this. I have rarely been as thunderstruck as I was at this event, gobsmacked, blindsided, and just flat out surprised. And occasionally you have to have something that says, hey, wake up, dummy, you've been clueless. And that happened to me. It's just, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that, or actually a lot about that, just a little bit later on in the show. It's if you care about guns and gun rights, if you care about the future of hunting, of shooting, of firearms ownership, I think this is huge in oh so many ways. We'll go into that. Obviously, oh boy, unless you have just cut the cord on your television, turned off the radio, you have been bombarded with political ads. And you know that there's an election coming up in a couple of days. And it's huge. This one is big. A lot of things going on. Of course, the thing that everybody's talking about is the control of the Senate. Will the Republicans get control of the Senate? What will Barack Obama do? Either way, expects, once this election's over, he has nothing he has to do. He owes no debt to the Democrat Party or to anybody else, frankly. Can't touch him anyway. Don't tell him what he's going to do with executive orders. But if there were a balance with Congress being completely in control of the Republicans, maybe some things could get done. At least maybe some things could get stopped. It's been a fascinating election, and of course it's not over. We're going to see it go. I guess, and I mean, you know the drill. If you're old enough to be listening to this show, you're old enough, experienced enough, and I hope smart enough to understand that voting is not just a right. It's not just a privilege. Voting is a duty. If you think of yourself as a responsible person, I don't know how you can continue to have that self-image if you don't vote. Simple as that. If you like to think of yourself as a responsible person, a person who does the right thing, a person of value, a person of values, you simply must vote. Now, I personally think that for gun ownership, gun rights, in this particular election, not always, but in this one, I think a vote for Republicans makes more sense. If nothing else, to get Harry Reid the heck out of there. But if nothing else, you simply must vote. There are people who are serving overseas to protect your right to vote. There are people who have died for you. There are people who have lost limbs, have lost their eyesight, to fight for your ability to go vote. Would you dishonor them by saying, oh, gee, the weather's bad. Oh, gee, I can't get off work. Oh, gee, I have to pick up the kids. Oh, gee, oh, gee. I can't say on the radio what I'd like to say to those. So I'll just say this. Suck it up. Be a person of character. Live up to your own self-image as a responsible person. Do what you know is right. Go vote. Speaking of voting, let me bring in right now Barry Snell. He's with the Iowa Firearms Coalition, and talk about a state where they are bombarded with political ads. Barry, Iowa is kind of ground central right now, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It is definitely a battleground state, no doubt about it.
I mean, it is. I'm looking at the Senate race. I'm looking at even right now, articles are breaking saying that Joni Ernst is charged to a 7-point lead right now. We'll see what happens there. But you guys on the ground with Iowa Firearms Coalition, you've actually been working on state elections, haven't you?
Yes, sir. We kind of have a parallel situation with what's happening in the U.S. Congress that you were just talking about a minute ago with Harry Reid and some of the obstructionism that's going there in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of have the same thing.
What's going on?
Except our guy that's causing problems here is the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And we have really good relationships with the Senate Democrats and the House Democrats here. We're a nonpartisan organization, and we all get along very well. But they continue to appoint this one guy who's very anti-gun to the chair of the Judiciary Committee, and he keeps blocking our bills. So we got to flip the Senate.
Well, this guy named Hogue, did I understand that he just said flat out, says no pro-gun bills are going to get through while I'm here?
Yes, sir. He actually said that in public. He said that as long as he's chair of the Judiciary Committee, that no gun legislation will go through.
No pro-gun. Maybe some anti-gun might go through. So
yeah, that might be the case.
So how's it looking? I mean, obviously your group is trying to get him unseated. Is there any traction? Do people pay attention? Do gun owners in Iowa care?
Absolutely. I think that people are really clued in to the fact that this year is a pretty key year. And I know we hear that all the time, but when it comes to gun ownership here in Iowa, I think people are really aware of the fact that if we want to make some progress on the firearms agenda, that we need to flip the Senate. And we've got the Iowa Firearms Coalition has targeted 4 Senate races to do just that. And we've had volunteers showing up to do door knocking, to make phone calls, to right now, I'm on the radio with you right now, we've got one of our officers of the organization in eastern Iowa at a rally for one of the senators right now. So we've been really active, and we're working on flipping that Senate.
Let me ask you a question. There are people listening right now who are thinking, boy, God, that sounds like a good idea, but it's just too late to get involved. If somebody called right now and said, hey, I want to help, there's still 2 days. There are calls to be made. There are things to be done, right?
Absolutely. There certainly is. Every election comes right down to the wire. So, wherever you're at in the country or in Iowa, your local guy needs you. And he's going to be working, he or she is going to be working right up till, the very last seconds that they can. Until the polls close. Yeah, absolutely. But I think the best thing that a person can do is, talk to their friends. Because let's face it, we tune out all the ads on TV and on the radio and all the negative campaign. Nobody pays attention to that, but your friends listen to you, right? So you need to talk to them, and you need to get out to the polls and make your opinions known, because they're going to trust you before they trust the TV.
And I know there are people who say, well, I just don't want to bring up politics with my friends. Well, you know what? Why not? If you believe it, say it. If you're not willing to say it, then you don't really believe it. I mean, you got to just pull up your big boy pants, suck it up, and open your mouth and say, look, I need to talk to you about something here. And just talk about it.
Absolutely. And I think that, one of the reasons people ought to listen to your show and pay attention to the gun news and whatnot is to be educated. And the first step of every conversation is to listen, right? So if you are afraid of approaching your friends, well, just keep an open mind and listen to their opinions and have conversations with them.
Mm-hmm.
And when you learn, when you have the facts on your side, you can say, I hear what you're saying, I understand, but this is how this is, and explain it to them. And there's no reason to get worked up and start hating each other.
No, and you just say, look, there may be some things about this person you haven't heard. Let me tell you about this, this guy, this gal, really good on gun rights. And you're a hunter, you're a shooter, you're a gun owner. We need to talk about this. You still have a couple of days. Let me just throw out, give me your website, because I know there's some folks in Iowa who are thinking, I'd like to help out. So how do they help out? Where do they go?
Well, we've got a Facebook page. Of course, everybody's got that. We're at Iowa Firearms Coalition. You can find us. And our webpage is iowafc.org. And on both, you will find the map that has our high-priority races on there and who we're backing for those races. So anybody who's out there in Iowa, you can come check that out and see.
Sounds good, Barry. I appreciate it. I appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work. And it all starts on these local and state levels, and that's where our U.S. senators and governors and everybody else comes from. So you got to work on those levels. I thank you, sir. Keep up that good work. All right, 866-TALK-GUN will get you in here, 866-TALK-GUN. When we come back, I want to talk to you about this event that I just, and we're open lines, by the way, if you'd like to join us. I want to talk about this event I just returned from. Quite frankly, transformational, very exciting stuff. Women shooting shotguns, rifles, modern sporting rifles, handguns, some experts and some people that never shot a lot, never shot a 3-gun match. Shooters from age 9 to in their 70s. I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. You want to hear it, your wife, your daughter, everyone needs to hear about this. I think it's going to change. Well, I think it's going to change gun rights in the U.S. 866-TALK-GUN, 866-TALK-GUN.
In November, a few races for U.S. Senate could determine whether more anti-gun laws are in our future and whether your rights will be infringed. Will be infringed. Don't risk your rights. The future of gun rights is in your hands. Be a gun voter. #GunVote. For more information, visit gunvote.org. Gunvote.org.
In the war on terror, fighting crime in the streets, in competition and homes around the world, one name in firearms stands out: Sig Sauer. Our pistols and rifles are renowned for their unfailing performance. This same commitment to excellence can be found in our line of SigTac accessories and the training offered by the Sig Sauer Academy for unmatched quality, reliability, and innovation when it counts. Choose Sig Sauer. Visit sigsauer.com today.
Hey everyone, I'm Doug Koenig, winner of more than 60 national and world shooting championships. You know what? I'm here to tell you that the only thing I like better than competitive matches with high-powered pistols and better than hunting big white-tailed deer is watching NRA Freedom Friday presented by Cheaper Than Dirt on the Pursuit Channel. It's true what they say. Pursuit Channel delivers the outdoors.
Waterfowl season is here, and you're pumped, ready, raring to go. But man, those non-toxic shot shells are expensive. Did you know you can reload your own non-toxic ammo for waterfowl hunting? Go take a look at mechreloaders.com. Mech Reloaders have been trusted since 1956, and they have experienced customer service representatives to help you get started. Just go to mechreloaders.com. That's MEC Reloaders.com. Or ask your local retailer.
Looking for shooting instruction but don't know where to go? Well, we have it, and you can access hours of training and safety videos, which you can watch on your home computer. On GunTalkTV.com, we have top competitive shooters, the best in self-defense trainers, and folks who have hunted all over the world, helping you learn which gun to buy, how to use it, how to store it safely, and everything else you need to be a safe and competent shooter. We also have gun makers showing off their newest rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Doesn't matter if you're a veteran shooter or a complete beginner, you'll find what you need at guntalktv.com. You can check it out for free, and you can get full access for only $5.95 a month. That gives you unlimited access to hundreds of videos, and we're adding more all the time. Run the videos over and over to make sure you understand what's being said. Skip around. You're in control. Get smarter. Shoot better. Visit guntalktv.com.
The new Walther PPX offers a smooth trigger, ambidextrous magazine release, 3 integral safeties, rugged construction, and the famous Walther ergonomic grip. All this at a great price. Right now, get a free magazine, holster, and dual mag pouch when you purchase a PPX. Feel the perfect fit of the Walther PPX at your local gun dealer or go to waltherarms.com for more information. That's waltherarms.com.
Tell you, I just got back from an event that was unbelievable, frankly. We went there to get a show for the Gun Talk television show. It was the Brownells Lady 3-Gun Pro-Am Challenge. First ever all-female, all-women 3-gun national event. It was the brainchild of Lisa Marie Judy, and she's actually fairly new in 3-gun shooting. She said, but what if we had an all-women's event? And several people said, yeah, fine, it's great. They just didn't understand Lisa Marie. You don't hold her back. And I will tell you, let me state the really obvious, stupid thing I have to say. Women are different from men in so many ways. And I honestly didn't get it going in. I thought, well, it's a 3-gun. You're shooting the same thing. It's no big deal. What's different if you're a woman or you're a man, if you're shooting? It's just an event. I didn't get it. I had to go there to get it. I had to see it in action. I have never, ever in my life seen a reaction like they had with the participants, the contestants. Remember the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where people got this invitation from the aliens and they just felt like they had to show up? We're talking to people from all over the country. And all these women, this theme kept coming up of, I just had to be here. I heard about it and it was like, I said something to my husband. I said, I think I have to be there. And I'd say, why? And they said, well, I don't know. And it's not like these are top 3-gun competitors. There were some of those there. But these are women that some of them are new to shooting. Some of them had never, ever shot a 3-gun competition. And yet they heard about this thing. They heard there was going to be an all-women shooting event. And they said, I must be there. And they just showed up from all over the country. All ages, literally from 9 years old to in their 70s. One lady said, look, I had brain surgery, had traumatic brain surgery. I've been trying to get over this and recover, and shooting's part of my therapy. Her surgeon is a shooter. He said, you need to do this. And she said, I had to be here. She said, I'm a lot better now. She said, sometimes I jumble my words, but when I'm shooting, I think better, I see better, I focus better. It was an incredible story. And here's the thing. It wasn't that it was a shooting event. It was that it was an event. A couple of women said, when we go here, it's like, when we go to a regular match, it's like when we go to the gym, we're being judged when there are guys around. Here, nobody's judging. We're just shooting. We're just us. We're enjoying the shooting. It was, I will tell you, when the mom goes shooting, the family goes shooting. And when the family gets into shooting, you win. You win the public argument. And they didn't know if they could get 50 people signed up for this when they announced it. They said, but, we'll announce it and we'll say, we'll limit it to 200. Yeah, right, that'll happen. They sold out so fast, they didn't know what to do. They had a few had to drop out at the end, couldn't fill them, but they had more than 180 competitors there. Some of the top shooters were there, but mostly it was just people who wanted to do this, wanted to try it. They dressed up. They immediately created their own private Facebook page. All right, guys, here's how it's different. And on this private Facebook page, they all get together and they're talking about what guns, what accessories, whatever, but also, how are we going to dress? What kind of other accessories are going to do? We're going to have a party. It happened that it was over Halloween. They dressed up. They were actually shooting a costume. It was a different feel. And I don't know exactly if I can express or explain what it felt like to be there. But I felt like, okay, this is historic. This is a pivotal point because all of these women are going to come away from this and go back and say, we have to do this here. They're not going to be asking their local clubs to have an all-women's match. They're going to demand all-women's matches. And when they hold them, if you're on a local shooting range, shooting club, you hold this. Trust me, do this. The old line, if you build it, they will come. Trust me, they will show up. And it will be different. And it will be really a lot of fun. And when the women start shooting, the families start shooting. There were a lot of kids there. We had little 9-year-old Cheyenne shooting. Hey, when we come back, let me tell you about that. 9-year-old. She couldn't really complete the stage. And let me just tell you about these range officers, because, when you hit the par time, at the end of the time limit, boom, you're done. You're out of there, right? I'm telling you, it was different. It was transformational. If you got to get on board this train. It is something else.
Have you taken your family, friends, and kids shooting lately? You're listening to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, and we'll be right back. Want to be a guest on the show? Drop us a line at info@guntalk.com. You're listening to Gun Talk with Tom Gresham.
I was talking about the ladies 3-gun event I just went to, the first ever National Pro-Am. One of the things they did there was they ended up with a time crunch, so they had the pros, some of the top pros, shoot a day early, went ahead and did their event. And then the pros, you got to love this, they went around to the other squads and worked with them because a lot of these ladies had never shot 3-gun before, and some of them hadn't shot much at all. And so you have these top pros, Kay Michalik, Lena Michalik, out there coaching up and helping these women shoot. It was really something. And yes, they are competitive. Yes, they want to, beat each other. But they also turn around and help each other. It's really fun to watch. I got to tell you before we get to our guest, in a 3-gun match, in this particular stage, they had you shot your handgun and then a rifle, and then you worked your way to the shotgun. And there's a 90-second par time, which means that at the end of 90 seconds, if you haven't finished, the buzzer beeps and you're done. Okay, so you just have to stop. And this one woman, she got to her shotgun, got one shot off, and the buzzer went off, and she was elated because it was the first time she had ever been able to speed up enough to get to her shotgun to get a shot off. She couldn't finish the whole stage, but she was just ecstatic, and her whole squad was just yelling for her and slap her on the back at that achievement, that small personal achievement. And I'm telling you, this was something different. People are going to come away from this. All these women are going to come away. They want to shoot more. They want to buy more stuff. They're going to bring their families in. They're going to have their kids at the range. They're going to talk it up with their friends. We need more of this, people. We need more of the all ladies events. By the way, if you are a female, a woman shooter, I would love to get your take on this and explain to me. Yes, Tom, you're right. You were clueless. You didn't understand. 866-TALK-GUN. I'd love to get your take on that. Some of our really good friends, people who make a lot of great products available to us at really good prices, are the folks over at Davidson's, the Davidson's Gallery of Guns. Kevin Wilson joins us right now with news about what's going on over there. Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Hey, Tom, doing great. How are you?
I am excellent. First of all, let me just throw out an idea for you. I am of the belief that there has never been a better time to get good deals on guns than right now. What do you think?
I am thinking you are absolutely right.
Well, I mean, we've got this interesting situation. Everybody in the industry is talking about it. The manufacturers have a lot of product on the shelves. They made a bunch of guns, and then kind of the demand dropped off. We knew it was going to, but it did. And we have all this stuff out there. So what are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing the same kind of thing. What was last year going absolutely crazy, both in demand and manufacturing ramping up to meet that demand. A lot of people are calling this year the new normal. And for those that got into it the last couple of years when it did go crazy, maybe they had not seen the gun market in years before.
There were some new people. Yeah. It attracted new people in. They said, oh, man, we can get rich quick. And they didn't know what normal looks like. They thought that crazy spike we were in was the normal.
Sure, and that it affected every side of it. If you think about the manufacturers, the distributors, the dealers, and the consumers. But now we're back to more of a new normal, as they're calling it. But one side effect of that is there are a lot of guns to be had. But a good part of that is, like you say, all these new people that came in. Well, a bunch of those new people weren't just new dealers, but new shooters.
Right.
And they're finding themselves in one of the best times I've seen in years to not only get some high-quality guns at some good prices, but there are so many different guns out there that you can find something to suit whatever it is you're interested in.
It really is. I was telling somebody, I said, look, you got to understand, this is, as they say in the ads, this is a limited-time offer. We've got this incredible situation with this huge inventory out there, and that will adjust and normalize over the next few months or whatever. But right now is an incredible time to be a gun buyer, whether it's guns or accessories or whatever, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Well, okay, so tell me what's going on over at Davidson's Gallery of Guns.
Oh, Tom, we have so much going on, and it's one of the reasons I really love being part of this company is something special is going on all the time. And before we get into some of those specifics, speaking of these manufacturers and the inventory, there's one little aspect of our website some people may not know, but if you look on the right side of the website, there's an option for current promotions.
All right, I'm clicking on it right now.
What we do is gather together all these fantastic deals and offers that are coming out from the manufacturers and put them all in one place so you can see what's going on there.
You're right. I did not know of that because I go to your website, but it's just I always go down the left side for some reason, and I'm looking over there because all these manufacturers, a lot of the manufacturers have these special deals out, and it's kind of hard to find them. So you basically gather them up and put them all in one place for us.
Yep.
Ooh.
And there's some nice ones out there.
I'm looking.
People should take advantage of.
$75 cash back by mail. Let's see, free ammo and mag giveaway. I'm just looking, a free box of ammo. Holy, you're right. $25 rebate. It just goes on and on.
Yeah, it is definitely a buyer's market. It's a good time to be shopping for guns.
Okay, so for those, if you go to, and we're on the galleryofguns.com website. Over on the right side, it says current promotions. I guess what you ought to do is, we shouldn't assume that people know what Gallery of Guns is. Davidson's Gallery of Guns. Explain what it is and how it works first.
Okay, well, Davidson's is one of the country's top wholesale distributors. meaning that we buy straight from the manufacturers, and the vast majority of our customers are FFL holders or gun dealers, your local gun store. Mm-hmm. And what we did with Gallery of Guns is our consumer side, and we started this a few years ago as a way to get our dealers some more business, do some marketing for them, and support their businesses. Mm-hmm. But what it basically is a portal for consumers into Davidson's wholesale inventory. So anything that's in our inventory, the consumer can order it directly from us on this website, and what we'll do is show you, you punch in your zip code, and we'll show you, okay, in the radius of 25 miles, 50 miles, here are all of Davidson's dealers, and you pick one of those dealers to ship that gun to, and we ship it straight to them, and then you go pick it up just like you would any other gun purchase at a local gun store.
So, two things I'd want to make sure that people understand. Number one, it's an internet sale with big air quotes around it, but it's going through a local dealership, so you will do the NICS check, the background check. Everything is absolutely perfectly legal. And the second part is, this is not a way around dealers. This is actually a way to funnel sales and business into the local dealer.
It is. First of all, as you said, we obviously cannot sell you a gun directly. Right. What this website does is allow you access to our inventory. That gun is still coming through your local FFL, your local gun dealer, and is treated as a sale for them. But what we're providing is a larger inventory than they may be able to stock at any given time.
Exactly. Hey, Kevin, hold on just a second, would you? We're going to take a quick break here, and because we've got a lot of things to talk about. You got great lineup of products and some cool promotions and things going on. We're talking guns and gear and all kind of stuff with Kevin Wilson from Gallery of Guns, Davidson's Gallery of Guns. Check it out, galleryofguns.com. We'll be right back with more Gun Talk.
You already know Liberty safes are great values. Now they're offering an even sweeter deal for Gun Talk listeners. At LibertySafe.com, click on the Fat Boy safe and type in Tom. Liberty will give you up to $250 off your purchase. Protect the things you value most. LibertySafe.com, click the Fat Boy safe, promo code Tom, save up to $250. That's LibertySafe.com. LibertySafe.com.
One machine, one operator. Each machine is run by a single pair of hands. Hands that spend all day, every day, learning the machine inside and out. We don't believe in quotas. The point is crafting faultless ammunition, no matter how long that takes. It's not quick or easy. Being the best never is. Black Hills Ammunition. It started with our hands.
Smith & Wesson Bodyguards. Carry more comfortably, walk more confidently. When it comes to personal protection, nothing beats a Bodyguard. Choose the lightweight, compact, and concealable Bodyguard 380 pistol or the Bodyguard 38 revolver, both with a built-in laser sight. The Smith & Wesson Bodyguards. Carry more comfortably, walk more confidently.
Alien Gear Holsters, the most comfortable and concealable holsters on the planet, offers big savings with our new 2-holster combo. Buy 2 complete holsters for as little as $49.88. Choose from any available holster style for the guns of your choice. Alien Gear holsters are made right here in the USA and include a 30-day trial, forever warranty, and free shell trades for life. Visit aliengearholsters.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Gresham. For more than 40 years, I've been watching an environmental disaster in my backyard, and it actually impacts all sportsmen in America. I'm talking about the massive loss of land on the Louisiana coastline. The U.S. Geological Survey said the swamps and marshes of coastal Louisiana are among the nation's most fragile and valuable wetlands. That land is disappearing. The Mississippi River Delta hosts as many as 10 million ducks and geese every winter. These are birds which migrate northward through the states, all the way to Canada. The wetlands of the Delta support some of America's best fresh and saltwater fishing. And here's the deal. The wetlands of the Mississippi River Delta are disappearing at a rate of 1 football field every hour. 1 football field every hour. Gone. We can reconnect the river with its wetlands and restore the Delta, but we need your help. Please visit vanishingparadise.org. That's vanishingparadise.org. If you're looking for a safe and trusted way to sell your firearms, look no further than Dury's Gun Shop. I trusted them to sell my dad's collection. They built their business for over 50 years on honesty and customer service. Dury's Guns will buy any size collection or estate, none too big or too small. Selling your firearms to Dury's Guns is easy. Go with the pros. I trust Dury's Guns. Dury'sGuns.com. Back with you. We're talking with Kevin Wilson from Davidson's Gallery of Guns. Kevin, it's just dangerous for me because you're in the commercials. I'm on your website, and I'm going, ooh, I didn't know you had that, and I didn't know you had that, and oh my God, and you know what it is? It occurred to me, I mean, you said it, but I didn't quite get it, didn't connect, and I'm looking at it and thinking, what you actually are offering is a local dealership with a 200,000 square foot warehouse.
Maybe not those exact numbers, but yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're offering your entire warehouse, your inventory through a local dealership. So guns and lines of products that the local dealership wouldn't or can't stock, you could order. Okay, here's a question for you.
Exactly.
How quickly can you get these guns to the local dealership when somebody buys them online?
Well, obviously, it depends on where in the country they are, but it can be as little as 48 hours.
Wow, man!
I mean, they will ship pretty much immediately.
That is so cool. I mean, I'm just looking at the.
You know, one of the things about this site and our inventory, if we don't have any in stock, you will see a zero. We don't do any kind of back orders or pre-orders. So if you see a gun on there that you want and you get the instant quote from your local dealer and place that order, it's guaranteed that that gun is now reserved for you and on its way.
Oh, speaking of guarantee, you got a guarantee on these guns, too. I don't know how you do that, but you do it.
It's not too bad a warranty there, is it?
Not too bad is right. It's like forever.
We call it the guaranteed, lifetime guaranteed replacement program. And the way that works is any firearm through our site that you buy or any firearm that you buy through one of our dealers that purchased it from Davidson's comes with a lifetime guarantee. And what that entails is if there's some sort of defect in that gun, whether it be when you pick it up or 10, 15 years later, you have the option of us sending you a brand new gun, or if that gun's not available anymore, we'll get it repaired for you.
Amazing. Just amazing. All right, it's galleryofguns.com. You go find guns there that you didn't even know, some brands that you hadn't even heard of. You have an incredible array of guns there, Kevin. It's very impressive. And I know, the kind of customer service you have. I can recommend it highly to anybody, man.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I think at last count we were carrying 80 different manufacturers. But plus on top of that, and something we're really proud of, is we have a whole section of guns that you can't get anywhere else in our exclusive line.
Hey, hold that thought. I want to just touch on that when we come back, because he's not kidding when he says these are guns you can't find anywhere else. They're called exclusives. Go to galleryguns.com. And we'll also get Ron and Rex. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get to you. We got room for everybody. 866-TALK-GUN will get you in here. I'm Tom Gresham. This is Gun Talk. Don't go anywhere.
You don't have to agree with Tom to participate in the show. Call now with any of your concerns about guns, gun rights, or particular firearms, or suggestions for your shooting activity or personal protection. 1-866-825-5486. Gun Talk is coming right back.
If you're looking for a gun that you can't find anywhere else and nobody else has it, or something that your buddies are probably not going to have, how about something that's absolutely exclusive? And Kevin, you were talking about the Gallery of Guns, Davidson's Gallery of Guns exclusives. It can be anything from just a particular different color that you haven't seen before to really a gun with different features that doesn't exist anywhere else. How do you guys go about that?
Our executive vice president, who is in charge of purchasing historically and for several years now, the man's got an unlimited amount of firearms knowledge, and he works directly with the manufacturers to come up with these designs. And I say designs, and they really kind of are, because he will take a base model gun and then do things to it that are just cool. It might be a finish. It might be a different length barrel than has been offered before. It might be different stocks, different sights. But he comes up with a very unique package, and we've had a lot of success with it, and we've done a lot of exclusives over the years. And I think this year we may have come out with a dozen or more this year alone.
I mean, I'm looking at it. You got 1911s, you got single-action revolvers, you got bolt guns, you got semi-autos. All of these are either different barrel length, different finish, different features, different calibers, things that. And I guess the thing I want to point out is these are guns that do not exist in the manufacturer's catalog. If you go on the catalog of Ruger or somebody, these are not going to be there. These are exclusive just to Davidson's, right?
Exactly. Now, Ruger sites and some others may list distributors' exclusives, but they are exactly that. The exclusives we put together, you can only get either through our site, galleryofguns.com, or through a local Davidson's dealer.
Right. Okay. And obviously, if a dealer wants to get involved with Davidson's, that's easy enough. That's a straight distributor-dealer relationship, which you guys do every day.
Sure.
All right. Well, the website is galleryofguns.com. It's great. And I would just say, I've known you guys, worked with you for a long time. Great culture there of taking care of people, working, doing the right thing and having fun, making good product available to people. And I love the whole concept of now your local dealer has this massive warehouse they can order from. It's just a very cool idea, man.
Yeah, it's to support both the end user consumer as well as the business of our dealers across the country. And our motto for a long time has been that we do business for the convenience of our customer, not ourselves. So we take that very seriously.
There you go. Kevin, thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing the news and what's going on there.
Tom, always a pleasure. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, you take care. All right, real quick, line 3, Ron, Katy, Texas. Ron, I got a minute for you. Dive in.
Okay, Tom, great day. First of all, thank you for coming back to Houston. We have really missed you, and I really look forward to hearing you, and I'm glad you're finally back.
Great. Now, how can I help you?
Okay, I'm curious. What do you know about the Sega line of shotguns? I've been looking for one, and I haven't been able to find a 12-gauge anywhere.
Well, let's see. What do I know? They're ugly as sin and cool as they can be. So there you go. Harder to find now. I believe these may have gotten caught up in the import ban, and that's being trying to shake that deal out. I would have to go back and check on that. But you just got to shop around, and once again, maybe online could be your friend in terms of whether it's Davidson's or Gunbroker or something like that, and getting it ordered and then sent to your local dealer where you can do the paperwork. But yeah, the Sega shotguns, I mean, truly they are ugly and cool, and it's interesting that they can be both. But they are. When we come back, the incredible story of a man who broke no laws and got sentenced to 7 years in prison for having guns that were absolutely legal. I'm talking about sentenced, charged, convicted, sentenced to prison. The Brian Aiken story coming up, and he'll be right here with us.
No black helicopters here, just the facts about gun rights and gun ownership. This is Gun Talk.